Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Best IT Solution to all of you again, and this is a continuous series of my previous tutorial. So in previous video tutorial we have seen how we can send the OTP to mail, and in this video tutorial we have seen how we can register a user by using that OTP. Also we are verify that user by giving by that particular OTP also. So we will do a practical of this registration process by using the mail OTP in Spring Boot. Okay. So our first step is step 1. We need to create a Spring Boot project. So you can create directly from STS, or you can create also from start.spring.io. Then technology used during the creation of project like Maven and Java 11 I am using, since Java 11 is installed in my laptop, but you can use any version of Java, no issue. And Spring Boot 2.7.17 version I will use, and the Postman. Also I will add the dependency of Spring Wave, Data JPA, Lombok, MySQL, and the Spring Boot starter mail dependency. So since I am going to store the user in database, for that reason I am using the data JPA, and since I am using the MySQL as database, so I have also I need to add the MySQL dependency also. Okay, so this is the first step for creating the project, and the second step is set up the application properties file. So we need to set up the application.properties file. This is also main part of that video. Then generate the passkey which need the setup in application.properties file. Fourth step is create a configuration file. Okay, for sending the mail we need to create the configuration file. And the fifth is create an entity class. User entity will create, since we are storing the user here, and the configure the database also, since we are going to store in database, so we need to configure the database also. We need to configure database in application properties file. Also we need to create the database schema, create a controller class, then create a service class. After running successfully the application, then test it in Postman, then check the receiver mail for the OTP, and finally verify the account with OTP. We need to also, we will also verify the account. Okay, so we will see one by one all these things. So just go to the start.spring.io for creating the project. Okay, so let's start creating the project. So this is com.tarun, and the Java our build tool is Maven, version is 2.7.17. okay, so project name is registration by OTP. Okay, so our project is registration by OTP. Just follow some naming convention. Registration by OTP demo project for OTP registration using Spring Boot, and the package is jar, and Java version is 11. And the dependency first is wave, another is Lombok, LAMB. okay, Lombok not showing. It is Lombok, this one Lombok, it is Lombok, LOMB. okay, and another one is like JPA, another one is like MySQL driver, and the mail, this is the important one, web, Lombok, Spring Data JPA, MySQL, mail, web, JPA, Lombok, MySQL, starter mail. Okay, so all these are we have added 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4, so all are we have added. If any other need, then we can also add in later. Just generate the project. So it's downloading. It's downloaded. Let's go to that folder and just extract here. Extract all. Okay, so this is our project. Now go to ID and open import the project here. So I am using here the STS. You can use any ID, IntelliJ or any ID preferable to you. Import existing Maven project. Next, so browse the exact location where the project has downloaded. Okay, so this is the exact project. Select folder. Finish. Now we need to wait for some time for importing the project and downloading all the dependency from the Maven repository. So you can see here this is importing the project. So if your internet is very good and fast, then it will very soon it will done. Otherwise it will take some time for importing all these required dependencies. Okay, so we got our project here, registration by OTP. Okay, just expand this one and go to pom.xml file, verify all dependencies are added or not properly. So Java version, this is the Spring Boot version, this is the Java version, and starter mail, data JPA, web, okay, MySQL connector, Lombok. So for the time being, now just comment this data JPA dependency because we don't need now. Okay, and just create a test API for testing that our application is properly set up or not. So just create the controller first here, and you create a package dot controller, okay, and inside the controller package create a class here like main controller. Okay, finish. So since this is a controller annotated with controller annotation and create a test API, testing API. Okay, so public string, sorry, test index. You can write any method here, index. So return welcome to OTP registration process. Welcome to OTP registration process, and mention the mapping here, get mapping, and make it the REST controller since we are using the REST application only. Okay, just delete this unused import. Okay, REST controller. Just save it and run the application. Run as Spring Boot up. Okay, it is starting our application. So you can see application started, port 8080. Go to the Postman or browser and check. So localhost 8080, send. So welcome to OTP registration for that means our application has configured successfully. Okay, so this is our first step has completed by this. So step 1 is completed. Create the Spring Boot project, then set up application.properties file. So we need to set up the application.properties file. So just go to the properties configuration, copy the configuration things and paste it our application.properties resources and application.properties. Okay, just paste here. So this is the properties file, the mail host and the mail port 587. So 587 is the commonly associated with SMTP and the mail username and the this is the passkey password, mail password. Okay, so you need to generate the passkey by yourself of the sender mail. So how the third step is generate the passkey to sender mail. So okay, so in my previous tutorial also I have shown you how you can generate the passkey. So for generating the passkey, this password, just go to your mail and in your mail so just manage your Google account, go to manage your Google account section and then go to security. So this is the process, and in security you can see here one two-step verification. In two-step verification, just click on two-step verification and give your password of your mail. So after giving the password, just okay. So yes, then you can see here if you also need, then you can send the OTP to your mobile also. So since I have verified first time second before, so you need not to verify it again. Just go to this last section, app password. You can follow my previous video also how we can generate this passkey. And suppose the passkey is here passkey 2. So before I have created the passkey 1 and also keep passkey 2 and create. Okay, so this is the passkey of your mail. So in this way you can also generate the passkey. This password you need to copy and you need to paste in your spring.mail.password. Okay, that's okay. So this password you need to mention. I have created my passkey from this mail and here I have pasted. You can also try with this way. Okay, so so our second step is completed, set up application properties file. Third step also completed, generate the passkey of sender mail. The fourth step is generate a configuration file. Okay, so then we need to generate the configuration file. Okay. So for the configuration file already I have so just go to the project and create a package like configuration. Okay, so this is the configuration package. So inside this configuration package, create a class, suppose mail configuration. Okay, so this is the mail configuration, and since it is a configuration class annotated with configuration annotation, controller not required, configuration. Okay, and in this configuration you need to configure all these things. So value, just import first value, import from factory annotation and bin from the Spring factory annotation. Okay, and Java mail sender from the Java mail and sender mail from Java mail. Okay, all set, and properties from the util package. So first you have just input all these things, then just try to understand this code, nothing difficult here. Whatever properties I have said in the properties file like spring mail.host and port, username, password, this value we have passed here in the configuration file. So spring.mail.host that will copy it to mail host variable, then mail port spring.mail.port, it will come that port 587 will come to this mail port variable, and the username, mail username and the mail password. Okay, and we will directly we can pass the value also here, but this is the exact way to pass the value from the application properties file. Then we have created a bean of Java mail sender. We need this bean. So in this bean, what we have done, like Java mail sender implementation. These are all the um, inbuilt classes. You can see here. These are the Java inbuilt classes. Java mail sender, implement Java mail sender. So these are the inbuilt classes. So with the help of this inbuilt classes, we have created the object of this inbuilt classes, and we have set all these properties, that mail host, set host, Java mail sender set host, Java mail sender set port, Java mail sender set username, Java mail sender set password. So all this property we have set here in mail sender. Then and with the help of this properties object, Java mail sender get Java mail properties, and props dot put mail dot smtp dot status dot enable equal to true. So in this way we have set up this bean, and we by with the help of this object of this bean we send the message and return the Java mail sender object finally. Okay, so these are the configuration class ready. Then our next step is step 4 is complete. Step 5 is create an entity class. So since we are going to store the user registration user, so we need to create an entity. So just create a package for entity dot entity. Okay, finish. Inside that entity package, create a class like user register user. You can write with user only. Class name is user entity. Okay, this is the user, simply write user. Okay, so make it annotated with this user as entity. Okay, okay, so we need to uncomment this JPA dependency, because now we need this JPA dependency here. Just uncomment it. Okay, save. So now this dependency need here, otherwise entity dependency will not resolve, entity annotation will not resolve. Okay, so now entity from javax.persistence. And another is at the rate data from Lombok at the rate noar constructor at the rate all args constructor. Okay, so these things we need, and create some field like private int id. So for registration, whatever things we need, first thing id we need, then private string name, private string email of user, to which email we have sent that OTP, then private string you can also store the data OTP also. Okay, OTP. Okay, so So this much variable we need and make it id at the rate id java.persistence and at the rate generated value that is equal to generation type dot auto. Okay, so this is our entity data lower cost wala kar raha. Okay, so and now the okay, so we have created the entity class, then configure the database. Okay, so now before running the application we need to configure the data source properties. Okay, so just go to that file. These are the data source properties for MySQL. So we need to configure these things in our application.properties file. String dataset URL and driver class name, username, password, dialect, create, true, and the database is okay user. Now you need to create that database in the MySQL. So just go to the MySQL and create schema user. Create schema user, apply. Okay, so database created. So show databases. You can create database also by command also. Yes, command create database. So this is the user. So just use user and show tables. There is no table present. Okay, so just go to the application and just run the application for creating the table first. Okay, relaunch the application, it will stop and start our application again. Yes, so you can see here create table. Okay, and create table user id integer not null email worker all that. Now you can check in database also table has created. So table, just execute this query again. Yes, user table now created. Select star from this user. No, so id, email, name, OTP. So our table has created. So now we'll create the database is set, table is created. So configure database, complete this step 6. Step 7 is create a controller. Now we need to already controller created. Now we need to create the API. Okay. So these are main controller. So now create the API for storing the user. Also we need for database we need to create the repository also. So just create a repository also. Yes, directly you can create a package dot repository or DAO. In DAO package, we can create a interface like user repository. Okay, and add JPA repository. Okay, so this is our repository at the rate repository. Sorry, repository. And so our class is user and id is integer. Okay, and user import user from registration by OTP entity. Okay, so our user is ready now. And also create a service package here for. Okay, so in controller we will write the API. So we'll use here response entity. Okay, so public response entity, and in response entity we'll pass that response entity will pass that string. It can accept the string also. So string. Okay, so register. This is the method like register user. Okay, and in register user we need to pass the body like at the rate request body and request body of user. Okay, so import request body from Spring framework and user from registration by OTP. Okay, and response entity also import from Spring framework. Return new response entity return new response entity. So here we'll call that service. So we need to create a service, user service. So first we need to create that user service. Okay, so just create a package dot service. In service package create a class user service. Okay, so since this is a service annotated with at the rate service annotation. Okay, then in controller sorry, user service, user service private user service. Okay, so I'm going to do it at the rate AutoWAD. Okay, user service from registration by OTP. So now in user service we need to create method, suppose register or anything, register, and we need to pass that user. Okay, and http status dot okay. So just create this method, user service register user service. Okay, service. Okay, now just create method register user in user service. Okay, so in this user service will create the method. Okay, so it will return that register main controller is register user should register. Okay, new response entity. So you can make object as like string. Okay, so we need to first generate the OTP string. OTP equal to generate OTP. Okay, so for that, for generating the OTP, just we need to call this method. So here we will call this method like private string generate OTP secure random from Java security. Okay, it will create a 6-digit OTP. So secure random equal new secure random int OTP equal to on lakh plus random to next int 9 lakh. Return string value. It will generate a 6-digit OTP, different OTP each time call. Now we got the OTP. Then another method is like send mail. So inside the try block we'll write send OTP to send OTP to mail. Okay, so to this method we need to pass user dot get email and another thing is OTP. Okay, now just create method send OTP to string. Okay, send OTP to mail. So I have already created this method. Now uh, just copy this code here. So in OTP to mail, and this is the my message. Okay, I will explain what is going here like. So import Java mail from internet helper from message helper. Okay, and this mail sender. So we need to create the object of mail sender. So here private mail configuration. We created the Java mail sender. Okay. So Java mail sender, Java mail sender, just auto edit. Okay, and import Java mail sender from this original Java mail. So already we have set before that Java mail sender all the configuration. Okay, now I am injecting here, and my message helper add throws declaration. Okay, messaging exception. Okay, so email send OTP. This is the which email you want to send the OTP. OTP. You can write any message like your one time password is okay. Is password is given below. Sorry, given below. Sorry. Okay, and the OTP my message. Okay, so now all set. And in catch you can throw the any exception like messaging exception. So catch messaging exception E through new runtime exception you can throw runtime exception with message like unable to send the OTP. Okay, any error case unable to send the OTP to given mail. Okay, and but if everything is good, then you can send message like OTP sent successfully to your mail. Please check. Please check. Okay, so OTP set, and if you want to set these things in database, so you need to create that user, set that user object, user equal to new user okay. So user dot set email user dot set id is auto incremented name. So name, yes, name. So name you can get from that user dot get name. User dot get name. Here also email. Yes, email also you get from that user dot get email. Now already all these values are come to the user, only OTP. So we did not to set all these things again. Just okay, just what check what is saving. So just create the object of user repository first. So private user repository okay, import user repository from that registration OTP and auto add. Okay, and with this user repository save the dot save that user. Okay, so user will now save the database. Also we need to save the OTP. So before saving you need to set that OTP, user dot set OTP, that OTP. Whatever OTP we have generated here, we will send that OTP here. Or this OTP we will use for the verify account. It is necessarily here. Please check. Or you can send any message. So just relaunch the just make it as update because already table has created now. You just relaunch the application, save all the file and relaunch the application. Yes, so application is started 8080. Okay, and just go to the postman and the controller. One thing is missing, like the mapping. Yes. Okay, so just mention the mapping here. This is the post mapping. Okay, and the mapping URL is slash register user. Okay, just save it and relaunch again. So application is started successfully. Just go to the postman and hit the URL for check it is working or not. Yes, working. Then create a post request for it. Post localhost slash register user, and we need to pass the body here. So in body This is the raw and this is JSON. Okay, so in first is our name. Name is, suppose this is Tarun Chakravarti, and the email to which email will want to send the OTP. So email like Rakesh 3991 at the rate gmail.com. And another thing is, so just check in the entity class, this is the user ID, name, email, location. OTP will set manually. We need to pass that name and email only. Okay. So any password you can also add or some field also like password for registration, no issue. Okay. So just send it. So ID is Rakesh 391. Just check the ID properly. So sorry. So the ID is Rakesh 3991 at the rate gmail.com. Okay. So send. Yes. So OTP sent successfully to your email. Please check now. OTP has successfully sent. So just go to this mail and check here. We got, yes, we got the OTP here. Just open this one. Yes. Yes, 356, 1556. So we got the OTP in just 0 minutes ago. This is the OTP 189462. And you can also verify this OTP in a database also. Just go to the database and select that query and store. Yes. So ID is 1 automatically created. Then email this Rakesh 3991 name and the OTP is 189462. So same OTP also save here, and also that same OTP will go to this mail also 189462. Okay, you can check. Okay, so this is OTP has gone to that mail. So for registration, you can do one thing. You can create another field here, like is active, and for the first time it will user has created, but it is in inactive. So after verify the OTP, you can set here the active. You can do these things like, so for verification only. So how we will verify these things? Just create a controller for verification like. This is the post machine for verify user. Verify user, and here also write the verify user request body, and you need to pass that for verification. Two things we need to pass. One is mail and this is OTP. So for verification you need to pass two things. One is at the rate request param string email. Another thing is just import this request param. Another thing is you need to pass that OTP string OTP. These two things we need to pass for verification. And So user service also you need to create a method for verify user, and we need to pass that email and OTP. Okay. Return response entity, verify user, email. Now you just create a method, public objects of the string, and okay, then string OTP. Okay, so here to get the to verify the user, you first get that user, and this is the OTP provided by the user, and you need to check this OTP should match with this user database OTP. Okay, so for that reason, with the help of this uh, user repository, you can get that user. So user equal to user repository dot find by, what is the property, email. So find by email. So find by email, and you need to pass that email. Okay. So since this is the property, you not this is a method that is not inbuilt defined. So you need to explicitly write that method in the repository. You just mention create a method find by user repository. Okay. User find by email string. So you can make it optional also. Find by email string email. You can make it optional user also. Okay, so this is the optional user. Okay, so user. Okay, so it will return that user. Then from that user you need to verify. So user repeated find by email, or if the user is not available, you can write also or. For that you need to mention that optional. Okay, or else through. Okay, or else through user not found with this email. So you can throw this exception like user not found with this email. Okay, so you can also write these things in optional case. Okay, sorry. So for that reason, in so For that reason, you should mention these things as optional. Oh, sorry, optional user. The optional user. Okay, so this is returning the optional user. Import Java from util optional. Okay. User service, user repository, user. Mismatch cannot convert optional user to user. Okay, so just mention here also optional user. Return type is optional user. Optional user, user, type mismatch cannot convert optional user to user. So we got the user from that user repeated find by email or else throw new runtime exception user not found with this email. Okay, so we need to pass that email here. So now from that user you should get that OTP user. So direct you can write that if statement if user dot get OTP user dot, so this OTP from will come from the database dot equals the OTP. So if this two OTPs are same, then write here OTP verified successful return OTP verified successfully, and in else part or in we did not write the else part. If OTP verified successfully, otherwise the return invalid OTP, try again. Is return invalid OTP, try again. Okay. Equals to return. So if the verify user OTP will match, it will return the OTP verified successfully, otherwise it will return the invalid OTP. Try again. Okay, OTP verified successfully. So now just save it and run the program. Okay. Save. Yes, so our application has started. Port 8080, so just go to the postman and create a new request for the verify account. So just this is the post localhost and the URL is verify user. Okay, so in body you need to pass the email. Email is Rakesh 3991 at the rate gmail.com and the OTP. So OTP is whatever OTP we have received on the mail. We need to put this ATP, which ATP we will receive in the mail 189462. Okay. So in postman just write the 189462. Check again 189462. Okay, and just send. Yes, that means OTP verified successfully. So after verification the OTP successful. If we are passing a wrong OTP, suppose you pass there 4 again, this is the wrong OTP, so you can see old invalid OTP and try. That means now this OTP is invalid, you need to try again. Okay. What about the OTP? That is 2. Okay. Yes, OTP verified successfully. So now our data is already registered. So we can create a field here like is active, and during the registration this field will be false. So we'll do one thing here like, so now in this way we can register the user by using the OTP. For verify the user, we can do one thing. Just go to the our user and take a field here, private string, suppose is active. Okay, so is active and okay. Now just create a new entity again. Just make it create. Just create that table. So I have added a field is active. Okay, so how will register with the help of OTP. Okay. So there are n number of ways you can do your work. So our table has created now new table. Just go to the database and just write a selection from user. Okay, so our new table has created is active. So just make here update and during the registration in our service class for the first time when we are sending the message, so we are set up the, this is the service, user service, generate OTP, user set OTP, and we can also here set user user dot set is active. So you can take it boolean. Okay, so now it will, I am setting it like true, but if we will take it boolean, it will work properly. Okay, false. So for the first time it will false. That means okay. Otherwise just okay. So make it false or take it boolean type, string boolean instead of taking okay, boolean, and again create the table. Create the table. Sorry. Okay, and uh, since it is boolean, just directly pass here false. Now just create the table. So for the first time it will set as false, but after the OTP verified it will make it as true. Okay. Okay. So just go to the database and refresh, execute that query. Yes. So is active and the all the fields are set. So now in our sorry, in our service classes we have make it false. So just fire a query now, a fire request like this is the post request, verify user. Okay, so name is suppose another name now will give. Rakesh Chakravarti, and the name is accepted, mail is same mail. Okay, just send. Now you can see OTP sent successfully to your mail. So just go to the mail and check. My laptop is a bit slow. Just wait for some time. Yes, yes. So we have received another OTP. No, not received till any OTP. Yes. Now we received the OTP here. That is 1 minute ago. 757448. So just go to the MySQL and just refresh, execute the query. Yes. So you can say see the OTP 75748 and is active is true, but now the user has registered, but till now it is not active, so it is in inactive state. Okay, 0 means false, it is in inactive state. After verify that OTP, then it will active. Okay, so just go to the code. What we will do for verification in service class, when OTP will verify after user equality return OTP successfully. And if OTP is verified, we then will set user dot set user dot set active should true. Okay, and again will with the help of that user repository will save that user, so that will update. Okay, set active user and user repository dot save user, so OTP verified successfully. Registration successful. Now the registration successful, user is active. OTP verified successful. Now the registration successful, user is active. You can send any message. User dot save user. So it will save the user again, or it will update that user. Okay, so you can create another API for this also. So now just refresh this one. And so check in database that OTP exists or not till now. Yes, so 754488. Now what we'll do, we'll fire this this request with the OTP. So OTP is, we have received in mail 757448. $7 okay, just send it. Okay, so OTP verified successfully. Now the registration is successful, and just go to the database and just execute this query again. You can see here now that user is updated here. His active is now 1. That means before verify the OTP, it is a false, that is 0. That means user is not active. Now it is 1 true. That means user is now active. Okay, so complete registration successful. So these are the all steps, like after running the test it postman, check the receiver mail for OTP. We have got the OTP, and the final step is verify the account with the OTP. So this is all about the registration by mail OTP. Spring Boot also we have we have seen how we will verify that account with the help of that OTP. Okay. So thank you guys for watching this video, and if you think that you have got some knowledge from this video, please like and share the video with your friends, and please subscribe the channel, and by which I can motivate and I can able to make more and more video in this topic. And if you have any query, you can feel free to ask in comment section, and I will try to solve your query. And my suggestion is, please watch the video and do by yourself in practical. But if you will only see, you will think that you can do, but when you will feel the actual problem when you do the practical only. Okay, so my suggestion is, please watch the video and at a time do the practical also, then only you will face the problem and you will get the knowledge what is the things going on. And if you face any issue or any problem during the project or during the application development, please let me in comment section. I will definitely help you to get the success. Okay, so thank you guys.